Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to be sharing with you 10 quick tips for better time management. So if you often find yourself overwhelmed by the amount of work that you have to do and you simply don't know where to start, this video is the one for you. Number 1, the unavoidable basics. Now I know a lot of you don't like hearing this, but I highly recommend that you invest in a good planner, agenda, calendar, or app with like a schedule or planner type of thing. The key to effective time management is being organized and using a tool to help you be more organized. Tip number 2, declutter. Every single time, no exception, when my email was a mess, or like my desk was a mess, or my room was a mess, or my life or my psyche was a mess, I could not for the life of me manage my tasks or be organized or be successful. So to help you better manage the tasks that you have to do, definitely think about decluttering your environment, your mind, and the material that you have to study or work with. Number 3, reset the deadlines. Now, I know a lot of us do this. When we have a deadline to like submit an assignment, we always plan in our mind to do it the night before. I am here to tell you to just scratch those deadlines and give yourself new ones. So if, let's say, an assignment is due November 20th, set your personal deadline to like November 11th, or just a bit more, I would say a week in advance of the actual deadline, and make yourself believe that that is the actual deadline. This method is super effective in preventing you to like binge study last minute, or forget some things, or printer problems when you're like the night of and the printer is running out of ink and you have to submit your assignment. This way, you actually give yourself more time, and trust me, you're gonna be so proud when all your friends are like panicking and you're like, yeah, that assignment, I did it last week, it's already done. I'm over here enjoying life. You know what I mean? Number 4, dissect the big goals. When you do have that big exam to study for, don't just write in your agenda, study for exam. Take it apart. Organize the material. See how many chapters you have to read, how many slides, how many practice tests, and just make it more manageable. That way you can better like move them around in your time, and you can actually get more done when the tasks are smaller. Number 5, consistency and daily habits. I've done an entire video on how to be consistent, and I highly recommend that you watch it, because for the sake of this video I won't go into much detail, but basically time management, effective time management, is all about creating a successful routine that is composed of tiny, small habits that you do day in and day out, non-stop, every single day. Every single day you brush your teeth, right? So why not every single day read 10 pages? Number 6, this ain't no game of ping pong. For a bajillion years, I praise myself on being a multitasker, and I just say that I can do 60 things at once and I'll do them all perfectly and all error-free. Well, I'm starting to realize that that is not the case. When I have way too much stuff to do, it ain't gonna work. You're gonna mix materials, you're gonna lose and not think about details, and it's all gonna be one big giant ball of mess and tangled, and like, you know, your necklaces are in a bunch. That's gonna be you. Start something, finish it, and then move to the other thing. That is why I recommended that you dissect big problems, because it helps you finish things faster. Number 7, sacrifice the good for the great. No one wants to admit this, but I'm telling you guys, effective time management is mostly, I would say 99% of the time, about sacrifice. I remember reading a comment on one of my videos, I think it was a girl saying, Anna, I want to wake up at 7:30 in the morning and do all my schoolwork and be super productive, but like I have this like tango lessons the night before, and it always ends at like midnight or like at 2 in the morning, and you know, how do I like be more effective in the morning with like little sleep? It is very important to learn to say no and learn to sacrifice something that we like doing versus something that we're not so into but is gonna give us big results in the future. We're not superheroes, we can't do a billion things at the same time, although we would like to. But guys, it's really important to admit and to realize that if you really want to be good at something, it's gonna come with a sacrifice on something else. Number 8, prioritizing takes practice. It is very important that you learn how to efficiently prioritize your tasks. Not everything's important. If you have an assignment where 30% in one class, but you have a 70% exam, guess what? You're gonna spend more time for the thing that's 70%. After a while, you're kind of gonna get used to just seeing. You just have to look at the work you have to do, and your mind automatically goes like starts moving things around in terms of importance. So it just takes practice. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid that your prioritizing technique or math skills aren't mad yet. Just keep doing it. Number 9, make downtime your crunch time. Again, this is something that we don't really do. We always have that little period of like nothing's happening before like a big midterm or a big final where we tend to do nothing. To link some of the points I mentioned previously with this one, time management is about consistency. So it's not about small bursts of big effort. That's what exhausts us, and that's what makes us binge and have anxiety. Always spread out what you have to do so it is consistent. And small little things every day don't hurt you. It's the big like you boom, you know, in the middle of your week that really destroy your Zen time, okay? And tip number 10, when you're in the zone. Now, as opposed to my previous advice, there's always moments when you feel like you're in the zone and you can read like 12 chapters in one day, and because you just like feel it. You're like pumped and you're gonna have a good day. But I am here to tell you to respect those days or those moments where you just nothing's coming out. This is why I recommended that you give yourself small tasks to do each day, because even when you're in the slump, number 1, those small tasks won't feel much, versus like, let's say you have a slump day where you're like nothing works and you don't feel like doing anything, and that is the only day you had when you have to do a lot of work. You're gonna have to push yourself, and it's gonna be painful, and it won't turn out right because you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. So that is why you need to be consistent and spread things out so you can afford to give yourself that rest day, that mental zen health day, because you need it. So don't ignore your body. When it ain't working, it ain't working. Just rest and do nothing for a day. It's fine. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to me if you like what you see, because I post videos every Thursday. Bye guys!